Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby call to order this meeting of the Sedalia City Council on the 16th day of March, part of the 2025-2026 session. The meeting is now called to order. The first item on our agenda is legislative prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Chaplain Matson, you have the floor to lead us in legislative prayer.
You please stand as able and join me in our invocation this evening. Dear Lord, Father of us all, we come to you this evening to ask your guidance as the City Council of Sedalia meets to hear about, question, discuss, and make decisions for the betterment of this city. We are grateful for all of their service and dedication to this community. We ask your protection for all of our first responders who work 24/7 to serve and protect us, often at their own risk and peril. We are truly grateful for the United States of America, this constitutional republic, of which thousands have fought and died to create and preserve for this 250 years. And we ask your blessing and protection for all of our military and civilians serving this great country today, here and throughout the world, and ask that they be brought home safely to their families. And now as we leave this evening, please protect us and our loved ones. Keep us from harm until we meet again. And all this is prayed in the name of our risen Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner.
Yes.
Bogus.
Here.
Hiller.
Here.
Cross.
Here.
Foster.
Here.
Franklin.
Here.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is a public hearing. This is in reference to the Midtown West 50 TIF plans. We'll go ahead and call forward John Simmons to give the TIF report and lead us into that public hearing.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Council. Let's start with the Midtown TIF. As reported to the state of Missouri back in November of 2025, which is our annual reporting period. Just a reminder for the new council members, this is a TIF that was enacted in 2008. It's tax increment financing, and I'll explain that to you in just a moment. We had an amendment to that original 2008 date of November of 2018. We can make no more amendments to this TIF district. That window has closed per statute. Briefly, description of the project. This was the redevelopment plan to focus resources to provide opportunities for infrastructure development and rehabilitation, residential reinvestment, and private investment in the downtown. Activities to be undertaken as part of that plan to achieve this goal included building, rehabs, infill development, street improvements, and enhancement to pedestrian facilities. This investment is intended to spur additional private development in the district. Moving on to the report that we provide to the state, there were several new businesses located in the redevelopment area during the past reporting period, which is actually September through August of 2025. We had the Vault and 1886 Lounge, the Beauty Lounge, Baker Legal Services with 13 projected new jobs at that time. In the revenues that we've received since inception of the district, we've received $2.269 million. We currently have $49,000 on hand, and that's because we have spent those funds on the projects as they were listed. Since inception, we've done public infrastructure improvements of $333,000. During the report period of that September through August, we spent $41,000 on that. We did not acquire any buildings or land during that period. Rehab of existing buildings, total since inception was $887,438. During this reporting period, we spent $392,712. Next, we have demolition, which occurred several years ago with Broadway Arms. We spent $86,280 on that. And, sorry, hard to read this report. Amount paid on debt service is $0. Reimbursements to developers during this period, $0. Since inception, though, that was $76,000. And these are pay-as-you-go funds, so we don't pre-fund any of these projects. They only get paid out as the funds are received from real estate taxes as well as sales taxes. So the original assessed value of the redevelopment project was $4.2 million. We have assessed valuation added to that project of $4.2 million. And we have an anticipated assessed value at time of the termination, which will be 2031. This district will close, is $7.5 million. And that's pretty much it for the Midtown tip. Do you have any questions on that?
Does council have any questions regarding the report?
Okay, the next one is the West 50 TIF plan, and this is known with the state as the 50 Highway Tax Increment Financing Plan. It's going to take me a minute to get to the good stuff here. The original date of the plan was 2015. It was amended in 2019. And a brief description of the plan was to redevelop 2 areas of vacant land connected by Highway 50 right-of-way, and including the design and construction of approximately 22,000 square feet of restaurant, retail, and/or other commercial facilities. The TIF resources were needed to offset the extraordinary costs of the development to cure the blight in the area. It's currently under construction. We've had no new development in that district during that 1-year reporting period. But if you'll remember, we've added Big O Tires, Slim Chickens, Aspen Dental, Scooters, and then there's 1 vacant parcel left in that property. They estimated actual new jobs to date, 46. We received $125,000 in payments in lieu of taxes, and we have received economic activity taxes of $465,000, with $26,000 on hand at this time. Zeros all through here. Since inception, we have reimbursed the developer $564,000, with $141,000 of that during this reporting period. We've had reimbursements to the municipality for eligible costs of $35,400, and during this reporting period, $8,453. So there were public infrastructure and site development costs of $903,000, property acquisition and relocation costs of $1.1 million, and project implementation costs of $230,000. It again is a pay-as-you-go TIF. We only pay as the funds are expended, and we have them to reimburse. The original assessed value of the redevelopment project was $214,730. The assessed valuation added to that area is $513,280, and the anticipated assessed value at the time of district termination will be $2.2 million. Do you have any further any questions on that one?
Does council have any questions? Doesn't look like it.
Thank you all. Sorry for the dry report.
Yeah, thank you, John. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing in relation to the Midtown West 50 TIF plans. The public hearing is now open. Clerk Myers, do we have anyone signed up?
I have no one, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we have no one signed up to speak regarding that, so we will go ahead and close the public hearing. Up next, we have special recognition, and this is in relation to the State Fair Community College Drone Program Enhancement Partnership. And for that, we're going to go ahead and invite up Chief Woolery.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Tonight, we have the privilege of recognizing a group of talented students and educators who partnered with our Sedalia Police Department to solve a real-world problem using innovation, technology, and teamwork. Recently, during an execution of a search warrant, Sedalia Police deployed the department's DJI Avata drone to help officers safely assess the interior of a residence before entering. Drones are an important tool that allow officers to view unfamiliar spaces and identify potential hazards while keeping everyone safer. During the operation, Detective Cameron noticed a problem. The lighting system attached to the drone only points straight ahead, which meant there was very little light showing downward. In dark environments, this created a blind spot near the floor where obstacles such as beds, furniture, or any other hazard could be difficult to see. After the mission, Detective Cameron began looking for a solution and reached out to the State Fair Community College. He connected with Madison Hercules, the EDT program coordinator and lead instructor, and her students. Madison and her class immediately took on the challenge. Using the resources in SFCC's collaborative lab, the students designed and produced a new light mount using 3D printing technology. This redesigned mount angles one of the lights downward approximately 20 degrees, eliminating the blind spot and allowing officers to better see areas near the ground during drone operations. The students went through the full engineering process, identifying the problem, creating a digital design, producing stereotypes, testing different materials, and refining their final product until they achieved a design that was lightweight, durable, and effective. This result is a simple but powerful improvement that enhances the ability of our police department to safely operate this technology in the field. This project is a great example of what can happen when education, technology, and public service come together. These students apply their classroom knowledge to solve a real-world problem for our community, and in doing so, they've helped improve the tools used by the men and women who serve Sedalia. Tonight, we're proud to recognize the students who worked on this project. Parker Brown, Diego Canto Carreras, Connor Fink, McKinley Leibold, Logan Pinkham, Dawson Retke, Elijah Stoltz, and Adric Williams. We also want to recognize Ben McKeenan, who is here representing SFCC Collaborative Lab. And of course, we want to thank their instructor, Madison Hercules, for guiding the students through this project and for fostering this kind of hands-on learning opportunity. On behalf of the City of Sedalia and the Sedalia Police Department, thank you for your creativity, problem solving, and willingness to partner with our community. And at this time, I would like to invite the students and Madison Hercules to come forward so we can recognize them and take a photo with Detective Cameron and myself. Would you all please join me in giving them a round of applause? Thank you.
All right, the next item on our agenda is approval of the previous session meeting minutes. This is for the council meeting dated March 2nd, 2026. Do I have a motion and second?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do I have any council discussion regarding those meeting minutes? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. We now have the report of special boards, commissions, and committees. First item is the acceptance of the Citizens Traffic Advisory Commission meeting minutes. These are the ones dated February 11th, 2026. Do I have a motion and second?
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve these meeting minutes. Do I have any council discussion regarding the meeting minutes? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. We now have the acceptance of the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting minutes dated September 3rd, 2025. Do I have a motion and second?
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion to approve and a second. Do I have any council discussion regarding those meeting minutes? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Now we have our roll call of standing committees. First is Finance Administration. Chairwoman Bogus, you have the floor.
Thank you. There's 4 items for consideration through the Finance Administration Committee tonight. The first one being, excuse me, our final budget amendment for the fiscal year 2025, 2026 budget.
All right.
Does Administrator Ward have anything to add to that?
No. So the final budget amendment is where it's a match of our revenues and our expenditures. Please note that as we knew, the revenues did not come in as strong as we had hoped. And so this does reflect that, but you had an itemized list of it in your packet.
All right.
Thank you.
With that, we'll go ahead and call for the reading of Resolution 2162.
Resolution 2162. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sedalia, Missouri, stating facts and reasons for the necessity to amend and increase city's annual budget for fiscal year 2026.
Motion to approve?
I have a motion to approve and a second of Resolution 2162. Do I have any council discussion regarding that resolution that's on the floor? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. We'll now call for the reading of Bill number 2026-25.
Bill number 2026-25, an ordinance amending the budget for the fiscal year 2025, 2026 regarding final fiscal year 2026 amendment.
Second reading?
I have a motion and a second for the second reading of Bill number 2026-25. Do I have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-25, an ordinance amending the budget for the fiscal year 2025, 2026 regarding final fiscal year 2026 amendment.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of Bill number 2026-25. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Ames is absent, Scribner.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes.
Our second item tonight is the proposed fiscal year 2027 budget. It's being presented to the City Council for final review and consideration for adoption. Over the past several months, the budget has been developed through extensive planning and discussions, including department presentations, work sessions, and budget hearings. These discussions have provided guidance on the priorities, revenues, and expenditures for the upcoming fiscal year. This agenda item represents the final regular meeting opportunity for council to review and adopt the proposed budget. Any changes to the proposed budget should be made through formal action by the council, such as a motion to amend. The budget may be adopted as presented or as amended by the council.
So as we had last discussed at the meeting, we left the budget as I have it here tonight, and I'll go through each fund again just so that we have a highlight of it. Also, please note that the Finance Committee met the other day and that they made a recommendation that I'll talk about when we get to the general fund. I thought I'd kind of start off at the tail end because these are items that we have been set on for a couple of the different meetings. So if you remember in the sanitation fund, we ended up with a positive net balance that I have listed up there, and you'll see each item that is included over here along the way that I have highlighted with the check mark. So that was, we were adding a sanitation operator, purchasing some additional trash carts for replacements and some containers. If there's any or not any questions, I can move on to the next fund.
Any questions, council?
Okay, I'll move on to the transportation fund. So we did pull this together also with the surplus funding. We had removed quite a few of the items that were placed in it to make sure we maintained a surplus in the fund. And so what we ended up with deciding on there, as you see highlighted in green and with a green check mark, was adding an equipment operator 1 in streets. And that item has been, I think, in our last couple of reviews. Is there any questions about that?
Any questions, council?
Moving on to the capital improvements budget, we have moved the funding level back up on the CIP, or I'm sorry, on the road repair and resurfacing. This was discussed in the first council meeting and work session where we had it at 1.5 million. We had, as we'd gone through there, we'd lowered it, but we were able to raise it back up. This marks one of the higher levels that we have placed on road resurfacing in our recent memory. We also had moved the public safety cloud upgrade, which is for upgrading software in the law enforcement side, but it also affects all of joint communications as it's what's used throughout public safety in the county now with joint communications. An animal control vehicle is also included in that, and that's associated with an animal control officer in the general fund, and then a cemetery SUV. So you see the items that are checked and their associated amounts over here. The CIP fund is a little bit different in looking at what its deficit and each year, or I shouldn't say deficit, well, it actually is in the way the spending is, because we retain funds for projects and things like that from year to year in it. So for example, like funds will be carried over for the fire and bowling facility in this, and our all our water, or our stormwater projects, things like that. So, but the final net balance in this is to be at about 5.3 million at the end of the year, which is a good, healthy balance to carry in this account, and allows us to look at projects for next year and also hold that balance if there are projects that might come out through the year, emergency projects, for example. We would maintain funds here in the capital improvements fund to purchase or repair capital assets. Any questions on it?
Any questions on that, council?
Okay, now the general fund, which we have, has taken up most of our attention, and rightfully so. As we've discussed, the general fund does have the majority of our employees funded in it, so it is become one of the harder ones to balance. So if you remember, I'll start at the very top. In the discussion so far, we had the fire station alerting headquarters was included, the police gray key forensic processing phones, police car cameras, and in those you note that I have the Blue Shield grant next to it. They're anticipating that in getting this grant again this year, which will offset $50,000 of it to leave the city to be about $3,000 in that purchase. The animal shelter, animal control officer, so this is making that officer full-time. Then the fire assistant chief of training is included. And we also left Heckert memberships for our employees, the Scott Joplin Festival sponsorship, Christmas lunch for all employees, tuition reimbursement, and the downtown Christmas lights. What also is still included was the reduction of the HSA contribution from $100 to $50. This was something that the Finance Committee met the other day. Quite a few city employees attended and voiced their concerns in this, and the Finance Committee has made a recommendation to take this and move it out of the budget. So I've clicked that off, and that would be also my recommendation as well. We're also able with that, even with removing that, to provide a 1% merit raise to our employees. Please recognize this is just the amount that would be in the general fund. But since that's all we're speaking of, that would be the amount there. Because again, the general fund is the one that is most affected by raises with the amount of employees that are in it. It does allow us to have a final surplus if everything works out. It's not a huge surplus, but it is a surplus budget, not a deficit budget. Is there any other?
Yeah, so we're keeping the Dollar. By
So
removing-
HSA still stays the same. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. So, right. I had placed that in there as a revenue. So that's the what shows. So by unclicking it, employees would still receive their $100. If they belong to the HSA, they would still receive approximately $100 a month.
And their 1% raise.
the
And
one-
this includes a 1% raise, which would be added to their, to the salary ranges that we have. So they would get a 1% raise.
It's good to me.
Do I have a motion and second to go ahead and implement the Finance Committee's recommendation to unclick the reduce HSA contribution by $50? That's item number 51.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
I have a motion and second. Do I have any council discussion regarding that? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Were there any other recommendations from staff?
No, we haven't balanced at this point to remain with what council had asked us for at the last meeting. So it maintains those things,
Okay.
those items.
With that, is there any further discussion? Having heard none, we'll go ahead and call for the reading of bill number 2026-26.
Bill number 2026-26, an ordinance authorizing the adoption of a budget for the fiscal year 2027.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-26. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-26, an ordinance authorizing the adoption of a budget for the fiscal year 2027.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-26. Have any council discussion? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes.
Third item tonight is the capital improvement plan. It's being presented to the city council for consideration and adoption. The CIP serves as a long-term planning tool that identifies and prioritizes major capital projects, infrastructure improvements, and equipment needs over multiple years. The plan reflects current priorities while also outlining projects that help the city continue progress on previously identified goals. Adoption of the CIP provides a structured framework for planning future investments while recognizing that individual projects will still require separate council approval as they move forward.
All right, we'll go ahead and call for the reading of bill number 2026-27.
Bill number 2026-27, an ordinance adopting a 5-year capital improvement plan.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-27. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-27, an ordinance adopting a 5-year capital improvement plan.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-27. Have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes.
Our final item tonight is the ordinance authorizes the annual agreement between City of Sedalia and the Scott Joplin International Ragtime Foundation for services related to the production of the Scott Joplin Ragtime Festival. The city will provide $12,000 in support of the 2026 festival and associated activities. Scott Joplin Ragtime Festival is an annual event that contributes to tourism and community engagement within Sedalia.
All right, call for the reading of bill number 2026-28.
Bill number 2026-28, an ordinance authorizing agreement by and between the city of Sedalia, Missouri and Scott Joplin International Ragtime Foundation Incorporated.
Second reading.
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-28. Do I have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-28, an ordinance authorizing an agreement by and between the city of Sedalia, Missouri and Scott Joplin International Ragtime Foundation Incorporated.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-28. Have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes, and thank you, Chairwoman Bogus. Up next, we have Public Works. Chairwoman Franklin, you have the floor.
There are 3 items for consideration through Public Works Committee. The first one authorizes an annexation agreement between the City of Sedalia and Midmo Fine Homes LLC for property located at 2035 Ridgeview Drive. The agreement allows the property to connect to the city's water distribution system while requiring the property owner to complete the annexation process into the city. Until annexation occurs, the property will pay the city's established out-of-city water rates. There's no cost to the city associated to this agreement. The agreement also allows the city to disconnect service if annexation process is not completed. While these additional approvals were being secured, the contractor was unable to proceed with the scheduled work activities. As a result, equipment remained on standby, crews were delayed, and remobilization was required. Oh, sorry.
All right, we'll call for the reading of bill number 2026-29.
Bill
That
number
is
20,
the bill authorizing the annexation agreement at 2035 Ridgeview Drive.
Bill number 2026-29, an ordinance authorizing an annexation and utility services agreement for connection of property located at 2035 Ridgeview Drive to the city of Sedalia's water distribution system.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-29. Do I have any council discussion regarding that annexation agreement? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-29, an ordinance authorizing an annexation utility services agreement for connection of property located at 2035 Ridgeview Drive to the city of Sedalia's water distribution system.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-29. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
The second item, the city received a request from senior citizens asking for an option to use smaller sanitation carts that are easier to manage. This ordinance would amend the city's fee schedule to allow residents who qualify as senior citizens to request 2 65-gallon carts at the standard rate instead of 95-gallon carts. The option would only be available to eligible senior citizens and only upon request.
All right, let's go ahead and call for the reading of bill number 2026-30.
Bill number 2026-30, an ordinance amending the fee schedule of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Sedalia, Missouri relating to sanitation cart fees.
Second reading?
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-30. Do I have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-30, an ordinance amending the fee schedule of the Code of Ordinances of the city of Sedalia, Missouri relating to sanitation cart fees.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-30. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Robinson,
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes.
And final item, an ordinance approved change order number 4 with Double Arch Construction LLC for the Washington Avenue Bridge Repair Project. During removal of sway brace bracket at Bent 11, severe corrosion was discovered in the south-facing C-channel column section, including deterioration that fully penetrated the web of the member. Additional work was required to properly repair the affected area and allow project to proceed. The change order includes costs associated with temporary shoring, welding, engineering, labor, and materials totaling $19,022. This item represents a change in the scope of work and an adjustment to the contract price, not a budget amendment, as the project remains within approved project budget.
All right, call for the reading of bill number 2026-31.
Bill number 2026-31, an ordinance approving and accepting change order number 4 for Washington Avenue Bridge repairs.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-31. Do I have any council discussion regarding it?
So we're still on schedule to open up as our date.
The contractor has told us they're still barring finding any more considerable rot or things like that in these ones, or the weather. But that is their goal is still to open at the end of this month.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. I believe I have a motion and second for the second reading on the floor. Any other council discussion regarding this? Having heard none, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-31, an ordinance approving and accepting change order number 4 for Washington Avenue Bridge repairs.
Final passage.
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-31. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross, Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes. And thank you, Chairwoman Franklin. Next, we have community development. Chairwoman Foster, you have the floor.
Thank you. We have one item for discussion tonight. It's an ordinance. And this ordinance approves a replat and lot line adjustments for the 600 block of North Park Avenue and North Stewart Avenue. The request includes vacating the north-south alley between the properties while reserving a permanent sanitary sewer easement for the city. The property is currently undeveloped, and the replat will allow for the creation of approximately 12 lots intended for new residential development. This item does not involve a rezoning of the property, but rather adjust lot lines and platting to allow for further future development. Staff has reviewed the request and determined the changes will not negatively impact the surrounding area and are consistent with the city's comprehensive plan.
I should also add planning and zoning also recommended it.
Yes, they did. Yes, sorry, I left that out.
All right, call for the reading of bill number 2026-32.
Bill number 2026-32, an ordinance approving lot line adjustments and replat for properties located in the 600 block of North Park Avenue and 600 block of North Stewart in the city of Sedalia, Missouri.
Second reading?
Second.
A motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-32. Do I have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-32, an ordinance approving lot line adjustments and replat for properties located in the 600 block of North Park Avenue and 600 block of North Stewart in the city of Sedalia, Missouri.
Final passage?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-31. Do I have any council discussion regarding that? Oh, 32, my mistake. Having heard none, roll call, please.
Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
and Ames is absent. So 7 yes, 1 absent.
Good, motion passed. With that, under other business, we have liquor licenses. Call for the reading of the liquor licenses.
We have 2 renewals tonight. Angela Lee doing business as Casey's General Store, number 4277 at 1101 North Limit for packaged liquor and Sunday sales. And Nicole Walker doing business as Broadway Liquor and Smokes at 2610 West Broadway for packaged liquor and Sunday sales.
Motion to approve in block?
Second.
I have a motion to approve in block and a second. Do I have any council discussion regarding that? Having heard none, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Moving along, we have any miscellaneous items from the city council or city administrator? Does anyone have anything? Sound like we do, so we'll go ahead and move along to good and welfare. Next item on our agenda is the good and welfare portion of our meeting. This is the time we've set aside for residents of Sedalia to address the city council directly. As a reminder, anyone wishing to speak must have signed up in advance using the form located in the lobby prior to the start of the meeting. That form requires your name, address, telephone number, and the agenda item you wish to address. Comments must relate to items on tonight's agenda unless a formal written request to speak on a non-agenda topic was submitted at least 2 business days in advance. Each speaker will be allowed up to 3 minutes to present their remarks. Please clearly state your name and address for the record when you come to the microphone. This is not a time for debate or dialogue with council members. The council chambers is a limited public forum, and all remarks must be directed to the council as a whole. I would remind everyone that personal attacks on specific city employees by name or title are not permitted. If you wish to file a formal complaint regarding a city employee, you may do so through writing in the clerk's office. Disruptive behavior such as shouting, refusing to yield the floor, or blocking the view of others will not be tolerated, and violators may be asked to leave or removed by law enforcement if necessary. Your comments tonight will be recorded as a part of the official public record. We thank you for your cooperation in maintaining decorum. At this time, we'll begin calling those forward who have signed up to speak. Clerk Myers.
I have one, Debbie Covington, on the budget adoption.
All right. Go ahead and come forward.
Debbie Covington, P.O. Box 965 here in Sedalia. Wanting to briefly comment following tonight's adoption of the city budget. Since the council has now approved funding for the city's administrative operations, is it reasonable for the public to understand what policies govern how those operations are carried out, particularly when it comes to official city communication platforms? Before I continue, I also want to note transparency concerns. The city typically posts meeting agendas online in advance, but this agenda was not publicly posted last week like normal. Because of that, citizens may not have known important items that were being discussed tonight. For example, the matters related to the city's TIP programs that are not clearly reflected on the agenda, and no one signed up to speak during the public hearing. The council didn't even ask questions. When agendas are not posted in advance like normal, the public loses the opportunity to participate in the process. This weekend, something also happened that was serious on the city's official Facebook page. A city employee used the city official account to post insulting comments about a mayoral candidate. Earlier today, the city issued a statement explaining that responsibility for those accounts will now be centralized under the city administration through a review process. My concern tonight is not about individual employee or personnel matter. It's about the policy and governance. Situations like this highlight why clear written policies and transparency are so important. When an official city account communicates with the public, it represents the voice of the city itself. For years, the city has allowed public comments on the page, and it has functioned as a public forum where residents discuss city, government, and public policy. But after the incident became public and residents began asking questions, the city suddenly turned off comments and limited discussion. When government opens a public forum, it cannot silence speech simply because it dislikes the viewpoint being expressed. That's viewpoint discrimination. One of the most serious violations of the First Amendment. Take note how I interpret the law. The city of Sedalia is also violating the First Amendment tonight by turning off the comments on your Facebook live stream. Missouri law also emphasizes transparency through the Sunshine Law, Chapter 610, which exists to ensure open government and public participation. Yet because of Ordinance 12255, which requires citizens to sign up days in advance to speak on specific agenda items, residents cannot raise concerns about misconduct that happens between meetings, which is exactly what happened here. Since the council has now adopted the budget supporting administrative operations, the public deserves clarity moving forward. The public also deserves a repeal of Ordinance 12255, the anti-free speech ordinance. Matt, will this city be publishing a written policy governing its official communication platforms, including approval procedures, moderation standards, and record retention practices, or will those decisions continue to be handled internally without a clear policy available for the public to review? Sedalia deserves a government that respects transparency, open dialogue, and the Constitution. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that all we have?
That's all.
Very good. With that, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion to move to close the meeting.
I motion to move to closed door and pursuant to subsections 1, 2, 3, and 12.
Second.
I have a motion and second to move to closed door meeting. Do you have any council discussion regarding that? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner.
Yep.
August.
Yes.
Hiller.
Yeah.
Cross.
Yes.
Foster.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
Motion passes. Turn to open session.
Second?
Have a motion and second. Roll call, please.
Robinson. Yes. Ames is absent. Scribner.
Yes.
Bogus.
Yes.
Hiller.
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
Foster.
Yes.
Franklin.
Yes.
All right, call for the reading of bill number 2026-33.
Bill number 2026-33, an ordinance amending section 12-205 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Sedalia, Missouri relating to an occupational tax for fire insurance companies.
Second reading?
Second.
A motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-33. Do you have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-33, an ordinance amending section 12-205 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Sedalia, Missouri relating to an occupational tax for fire insurance companies.
Final passage?
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-33. Do you have any council discussion regarding that? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent, and Scribner.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
All right, call for the reading of bill number 2026-34.
Bill number 2026-34, an ordinance approving a quitclaim deed for the sale of property commonly known as 421 West Cooper from the City of Sedalia, Missouri to Anatoly and Diana Onika, husband and wife.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-34. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-34, an ordinance approving a quitclaim deed for the sale of property commonly known as 421 West Cooper from the City of Sedalia, Missouri to Anatoly and Diana Onika, husband and wife.
Final passage.
Second?
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-34. Do I have any council discussion regarding it? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus.
Abstain.
You have 6 yes, 1 absent, 1 abstain.
Motion passes. I'll now call for the reading of 2026-35.
Bill number 2026-35, an ordinance approving a special warranty deed for the sale of property commonly known as 600 North Grand Avenue from the City of Sedalia, Missouri to Nick Lumpy.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-35. Do I have any council discussion? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-35, an ordinance approving a special warranty deed for the sale of property commonly known as 600 North Grand Avenue from the City of Sedalia, Missouri to Nick Lumpy.
Final passage.
Second?
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-35. Do I have any council discussion? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Cross,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes. I'll now call for the reading of bill number 2026-36.
Bill number 2026-36, an ordinance approving a quitclaim deed for the sale of property commonly known as 205 East Walnut from the City of Sedalia, Missouri to Mark Safanov.
Second reading?
Second.
I have a motion and second for the second reading of bill number 2026-36. Do I have any council discussion regarding that bill? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Bill number 2026-36, an ordinance approving a quitclaim deed for the sale of property commonly known as 205 East Walnut from the City of Sedalia, Missouri to Mark Safanov.
Final passage.
Second?
I have a motion and second for the final passage of bill number 2026-36. Do I have any council discussion regarding that? Having heard none, roll call, please.
Foster,
Yes.
Franklin,
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Ames is absent. Scribner,
Yes.
Bogus,
Yes.
Hiller,
Yes.
Cross.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent.
Motion passes. That's all we have this evening. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
I have a motion to adjourn in a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Meeting adjourned.